Very good morning to all. We are discussing about chapter number 5, and this now in the last lecture we have discussed solved 2-3 different numericals related to economic order quantity, and then how to calculate this total minimum cost and what is the batch size which is required to be ordered. Now today we will discuss about the inventory control system. There are two approaches that we will discuss, one based on this fixed quantity system and fixed period system, and then we will take introduction to ABC analysis, and we will conclude the chapter, and then we will go for the next chapter immediately. Okay, so friends, related to inventory control system, the inventory systems are developed to cope up with the situation where the demand or lead time or both will fluctuate. So in the introduction only we have discussed what is the need for inventory or scope for inventory. At that junction only we have discussed that where there is a fluctuation in demand, the demand is not constant, plus minus plus minus, and then fluctuation in lead time also. Demand is constant, but lead time, when you will place any order and what is the time that you will get your that whatever required items in your hand. So time between the placing of order and you will get the receive, or you will get all items at your hand wherever you require. So this is the time from receipt of items, from order placing to receipt of items. This is the lead time. So when there is a fluctuation between the lead time, so now if we will order any of the item, it will give in 7 days, next month the same items 15 days, next month 10 days. So 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, no any guarantee. We cannot rely that if we place the order then we will get that order in this particular time. So this is the fluctuation in lead time and fluctuation in demand. As per market, whatever the predictions are there, whatever the forecast is there, that these items are required, and in this month of January 300, month of February 300, this is the estimation, but the demand in January it will suddenly rise to 400 again. In order to cope up, the plant is having capacity to fulfill the demand of this 400, but we should have the raw material or whatever required items, ready purchased items in stock, so that we can cope up with the demand. So to cope up with the situation when the demand and lead time are fluctuate, the inventory systems will play a significant role. The basic approach of all stock control methods is to establish reorder level, which when reached would indicate the signal of replenishment action. So what are these inventory control system main function is? So main function is to go for reorder. When we will get a signal that okay, now replenishment is required. Replenishment I have already explained, Puran Bharan. So now it is reached up to certain level down, and this is the time we should go for the reorder level. Okay, so then the replenishment of the inventory means determining the quantity to be ordered and time of order. In replenishment, what we will go, we will place for another order. So what quantity will order and at what time it will order. So what is the frequency? Monthly, 15 days, or what is the quantity to be ordered? So this is the thing in there are inventory control systems. So there are basically two types of replenishment systems. One is fixed quantity system and second is fixed period system. Fixed quantity system, Q system. Fixed period system, it is P system. So let us discuss. Already I have given some introduction about this fixed quantity and fixed period. Till once again we will have discussion based on this. Okay, so let us proceed. Fixed order quantity system, Q system. So here in this system, the order quantity is fixed and order time varies according to fluctuation in demand. Here the quantity is fixed. Every time order will be placed for 1000 items. Ordering time varies. One of the order is placed in the month of March. Next order placed in month of May. Next order is placed in month of September. So it is not fixed time. One order after 3 months, one order after 2 months, one order after 3.5 months. So time is varying, but every time 1000 quantity, that is fixed quantity is there. This is fixed order quantity system, Q system. What are the characteristics of this system? Reorder quantity is fixed and normally it is equal to EOQ. We have discussed economic order quantity concept. So here the quantity is fixed and it is generally equal to EOQ, economic order quantity. Depending upon the demand, the time of interval varies. I have given you idea. 1000 is the quantity. So first order is given in the month of January, 15th of January. Next order is given in the depending upon the market demand, maybe in the 15th of March. Next order 30th of April. So first two orders there is a gap of 2 months. Second and third order there is a gap of 45 days. Again after 30th April, next order will be given in the month of 30th May only, immediately after 1 month. So quantity is same, but depending upon the demand in the market, the period of ordering the same quantity will vary. Replenishment action is initiated when stock level falls to reorder level. We have discussed also what is ROL, and when there will be replacement, when the stock is up to that particular period, then replenishment is done. So here the stock is allowed to reach the reorder level ROL, and then only the next order is given. Safety stock is maintained below reorder level. There is always safety stock maintained in order to account the increase in demand during lead time. Lead time, though we will give order today, that is on 8th, we will get the order by 20th of January. 12 days are there. So if there is sudden increase in the demand in these 12 days, though we have initiated the order, we are not having the raw material or the some finished goods, whatever required for making our product. So here the safety stock will work. Safety stock, it is the stock, it is maintained to account the increase in demand during the lead time period. Though you have given the order, you have not received the items what are required. So what is done in what is to be done in this particular period? Here safety stock will play a significant role, and the material required is utilized from the safety stock. So here, friends, you can see so here on the one side it is stock level, here it is time. So Q is the maximum quantity, and here this is the consumption. And when it is see, this is the safety stock. So you can see, find this one line. This is the safety stock here. This line you can call this as safety stock. So everywhere you can see this is maintained, and when the consumption is going on, okay, it will, and again immediately replenishment, and again it will continue further, again replenishment. What are the order points? The order is not given at these points, friends. The order is given at this point. The order is given at this point. Okay, so this is the time required, lead time. Though you will place order at this junction, after this time your stock is going increase. So this is your nothing but lead time. This is your lead time, and this is the maximum level. So in this is the fixed order quantity system. Okay, advantages of this fixed order quantity system. So it is simple and cheaper to operate. Then stock control is accurate, suitable for low value items, appropriate variety of inventory maintained within the organization. So not that much difficult. ROL is defined reorder level. At that point only order is required to place. Stock control is accurate. The stock is allowed to fall down up to reorder level. And again, the stock is fixed. Every time the order will be given of 1000 items only. So stock control is accurate. It is suitable for low value items. It is means the if any one of the material which is having very high value, so this particular queue system is not suitable for that case. Appropriate variety of inventory maintained within the organization. So here there are different items. So as it is for low value items, so different variety of items maintained within the organization. A good inventory can be maintained under this queue system. So these are the advantages. Limitations: load on reordering system if many items reach ROL at the same time. See, there are 100 items, and we are saying that at reorder level we have to give the order. So assume that today, out of these 100, 75 items are reaching the reorder level. So today only one has to go for releasing the 75 orders to that purchase orders to that different clients or wherever from you want to bring the material. So this is load on the system of reordering. The stock level records and usage rate data are required to be maintained. So here continuous maintenance of the stock levels and what is used and what is available. This data is continuously required to be accessed as it is based on the order quantity. Here time is not mandatory, or it will not have that much significance, because more significance is given on order quantity. When the order will be fall down up to that particular level, and then at that time only the next order will be given. Okay, so this is about Q system. Now P system. Fixed period system, P system, or periodic review system. Different names are. It is also called as fixed period system or P system. This system has a fixed ordering interval, but the size of order quantity may vary with changes in demand. See, last type, fixed order quantity changes in the time interval. In this case, fixed ordering interval, the timing is fixed. After every month, order is required to be released, but depending upon the demand, the quantity will vary. So ordering fixed time interval is given, the quantity will vary. This is P system. Inventory position is verified at the fixed interval, and depending upon the situation, replenishment action is initiated. So there are fixed period. At that period, the inventory position is analyzed, and accordingly the order is released for that particular inventory case. Okay, what are the characteristics of this particular system? Order interval is fixed, but for individual or group of items. Here, for any one of the item, the bigger item, the order interval is fixed, or for a group of items. Group of items, this type of nuts, bolts, and this type of grinding wheels, or this type of buffing wheels, or this type of single point cutting tools, and the different, you can say, uh, chips, or we can say tips that is used for the machining purpose. Okay, then this is the cutting oil, and these are the barrels of that particular oil, etc., etc. So order for these group of items or single item, the order interval is fixed. After every 2 months, we will place the order. The stock is reviewed at the periodic interval. After every 2 months, the stock will be reviewed, and depending upon the case, quantity Q, which will bring the inventory to maximum level, is order. So our standardized quantity, maximum quantity is, for example, 1000, and after 1 month we are taking the review, and at that time we come to know that it's single point, or you can say carbide tip tools, the quantity is maximum 1000 tips already it should be available, and now consumption is 500, so latest demand more 500. Okay, in next month, again after 1 month, so 500 are available, and we have given the order of 500, and now it will again become 1000. Again in next continuous 1 month, the tips are utilized. Again you will take the review, and you will come to know that 400 are available in stock, means 600 utilized in that particular. So time interval is fixed 1 month, but next month, in order to make the quantity full maximum level, that is 1000, 400 is available as the stock. So what you will demand? You have to go for 600 quantity. So in the month of January, you have placed the order for 500 that carbide tip, you can say, or tools, or in next month you will go for 600. month is fixed, the duration is fixed. After that, you will go for analyzing what is available and what is required to make it full, and up to that only you will go for. You can see here in the diagram, it can be explained. So this is R1, order quantity. So as consumption is going on, okay, at this particular point, you will check. This is the maximum quantity required. Okay, we are ordering at this particular junction. So what quantity will be ordered? It is mentioned here. This much quantity is required. Again, this is time, lead time. After this quantity, this it will again reach to this level after ordering also. Again, you will start. Again, at this point, we will go for ordering. Again, what order quantity is required? This is the order quantity. It is the complete it is shown. Okay. If you order this much, it will go up to this level. Again, consumption will start at this point. Now, what is the quantity required? Only this much. In order to make the full order quantity, you have one for it, and the cycle continues. So P1, P2, P3, these are the review points. Here, these are the review points where the orders are given, R1, R2, R3, and you can see here every time the ordering quantities vary. So here the time interval is fixed, but the ordering quantity vary by taking the review at that particular time. Review points at that particular time, what is the quantity available and what is the quantity required to make it full, you can say maximum level. Okay, so this is about, friends, the P system and Q system. Let us move further, moving to this last part of this chapter, I can say ABC analysis. So you might have heard this Pareto principle, 2080 principle. So we will discuss the ABC analysis. We will take one or two examples in order to better understanding of the concept, and we will proceed further. So here, the inventory of an industrial organization generally consists of thousands of items with varying prices, usage rate, lead time, and it is neither desirable nor possible to pay equal attention to all these items. Okay, so if you take the central store of any of the industry, so in that central store, there are more than 1000 items, or I can say 5000 items at a time, including the miscellaneous item, the tool room item, the maintenance, the spare parts, and the parts required for manufacturing of the component, the raw material, the part which are ready-made available in the market, which the company is purchasing and using it. So many items, thousands of items with variety of prices. So one of the nut bolt you can say at 5 rupees, and another item you are taking any casting in complete finished form with everything ready at 1 lakh rupees. So 5 rupees also of the cost, and 1 lakh rupee also is the cost of the items. Then usage rate. The nut bolts are required, for example, per day the consumption is 1000. The casting, two castings are required in months. Again, and the lead time. So what is the order required to given for that nut bolt, and what is the order required to given for this casting? So it is neither desirable nor possible, nor possible to pay equal attention to all the items. So nut bolts are also that much important, and casting is also that much important. No. Here, more focus is required to give on few items, and less focus is required to give on many items. For example, a TV set has about 5% of its parts contribute to 80% of total cost. This is true for majority of items like car, refrigerator. We will take a one by one example. So if you say here TV, in the previous cases, somewhat you can say older models of this television set. So if it is not working, and you will go and that person will say that the complete display, which is consists of the tube, etc., something, it is required to replace. The cost of the TV in that at that time was, for example, 12,000, 13,000, and out of that 13,000, 7,000 to 8,000 rupees cost for that only, that tube. Okay, now you take the television set, LED, etc., and your TV cost is, for example, very ordinary, 21 inch. Now you have purchased it at 25,000, and your screen is not working and some there is a line or some display is not correct after 1 or 2 years, forget about the guarantee warranty period. After that, if you will go for, and then that person will ask, okay, this complete screen, LCD screen is required to replace, and it will cost about 16,000. See, your TV cost at 23,000 and your screen is costing at 16,000. So there are 5% of items which will contribute the 80% of total cost. Okay, we will take the example of car and refrigerator also simultaneously. ABC analysis is the basic analytical tool which enables management to concentrate its efforts on where the result is greater. So ABC analysis is a tool which will enable the management where to focus more and where to focus less. The Pareto principle, 20-80 principle of cause and effect is useful concept in business where it can be used to solve majority of production, quantity and inventory problems. The 20-80 principle is applied in ABC analysis also in inventory control, and it is called as ABC analysis. What is 20-80 principle? So there are 20% of items which will have the significant effect on the cost of any item up to 80% level. Listen carefully. There are 20% items contributing to 80% of cost, and there are 80% items contributing to only 20% cost. Therefore, more attention is required on the majority, significant, vital, important parts. These all are similar words. Majority, this vital, significant, important. That is for 20%, and less important, less significant, 80%. Because if you concentrate on 20% cost, 20% items, the majority of the percentage of cost is covered, and whatever that 80%, it will not cost for remaining 20% also. So this is 20-80 principle, and if this principle is applied in inventory control, then it is called as the ABC analysis. Statistics reveal that just a few items account for bulk of the annual consumption of materials. These items are called A-class items, which hold the key to business. See, there are only few items in the organization. If we go for the annual consumption or it is effect on the annual cost, then it is having contribution very, very large. So they are A-class items. The other items are known as B and C, which are numerous in numbers. So if there are 100 items, the A-class item may be only 15, and remaining 85 can be categorized under B and C. But their contribution is very, very less as compared to A. Though they are 15, they are having the maximum contribution as far as the cost and the overall things are concerned. And whatever the 85 remaining items, they are very less contribution. ABC analysis thus tends to segregate the item into 3 categories, A, B, C, on the basis of their annual. Very simple. So here this concept is applied to inventory. So categorize, segregate the various items into 3 categories as A, B, C. The categorization is made to pay right attention and control demanded by these items. And what is our significance? For category A, most importance is required to be given as compared to category B and category C. This is a requirement. Therefore, this categorization of different items into A, B, C is suggested in ABC analysis. Okay, let us move, friends. A-class items. 5 to 10% of these total items and account for 70 to 75% of total money spent on inventory. These items required rigid, strict control and need to be stocked in smaller quantity. These items are procured frequently and each time in less quantity. See, these are only 5 to 10% items. So if you take any example of car, I can say the engine parts, engine main, then the chassis and the main structure. It is having the maximum contribution as far as this car is concerned. See here, for a car, one chassis is required, one engine is required. Approximately, maybe more than 1000 nut bolts are required. So see, there is a difference. So as per as this chassis, if you, I am imagining that I am not making anything at my place. Everything I am taking from outside, and I am just assembling it and selling it as a car of my company. So if I will give order, then for one chassis, and the complete car will build on it, what are the remaining part required for one chassis and one engine? There are maybe more than 1000 parts they are going to assemble in that particular case. One important B class item. These are the items generally 10 to 15% of the total percent items and represent 10 to 15% of expenditure. Somewhat lower category. So these are generally 10 to 15% of total items and represent the 10 to 15% of expenditure on the material, not as A and not as C. And C class item, these are about 70 to 80% in number and constitute only 5 to 10% total expenditure on the material. So the C class items are 70% to 80% in number, more number are required, but constitute only 5 to 10% of total expenditure on materials. So less expensive, so does not require to strict control. This is order in bulk. You are ordering nut bolts, it will be order in bulk. Then if you are ordering some of the wiring systems or some of the wires that are required for that may be ordering, you can say bulk quantity. If you are ordering this silencer system, so it may be depending upon the case and depending upon the cost, it may be categorized under A or under B because it is the one of the significant part required. So engine, then chassis or main body, then silencer. Okay, these are the some of the parts. Then again, it will come to some tire and some rims, etc., and some small things in this bike which are having very less value as compared to the main component. So this is a required in inventory to categorize the items A, B, C. So one more example, let us say we can take the refrigerator. If your refrigerator is having approximately cost, just take somewhat now everything is digital. The compressors are also digitalized operated. But if you take the example, let us take that in previous days or the 10,000 rupees, very small size compressor, a small size refrigerator, 10,000 rupees price. If it is not working, if you call that particular person and if you will check and he will tell, sir, compressor, it is required to replace. So he will tell the cost as 6,000 or 7,000. See, the refrigerator is of 10 to 11,000 and the 6,000 or 6,500 rupees are required. So this is under category A, definitely. So try to understand. You take our mobiles. If the mobile, the screen is not working, the mobile is of 10,000 rupees, and for replacing the screen, LCD display, whatever you can say, display or a screen, whatever is there, 5,000 to 6,000, more than 50% the person will original that company original quantity, original quality if you want it. So this is nothing but the category A, category B, and category C component. So I have given you the examples of category A component, B component, and C component. Here is just a comparison shown for these various components. So category A, tight control on stock levels. If one complete refrigerator is manufactured, only one compressor is required. So very strict control. Moderate value, moderate control on category B items. And category C, very less control is required. Category A, low safety stock. It is not the case that we will have go for demanding the chassis in very bulk level. What is our target for this month one, and what is our in daily we can in one day we can manufacture 2 cars, and in 1 month if we are giving for example say by using 2-3 different ships 50 cars, then one can go for stock of 10 chassis after every 5-6 days, no problem. Medium stock, so depending upon this what are the engine parts required and what is the silence range required. Okay, and then C class, again what are the different you can say the nuts bolts required and the small wiring required, and the clutch and the brake and the handle and some arrangement for the number plate, etc., etc. So you can categorize based on the importance these type of items in B and C. Then class A, ordering frequently. Very means you can say we are not ordering on this whatever the chassis are required. It is our plan to go for 50 per month. So if we require that 600 once in a year, we are not having the directly purchasing the items as for 2 years 1200 chassis. No, frequently 510 510 depending upon the requirement, and this because it is very huge investment is there. B class less frequently, somewhat more time, so but having some more quantity. And C class bulk ordering. So whatever this wires are required for 2 years, what is the estimation for these nuts and bolts for 2 years, they will be manufactured in bulk ordering quantity. Individual posting in store. So A class items we having good value, they are having separate space for storage. B class also individual posting. C class bulk posting. Then A class weekly control statement. What are the components available in the A class, because they are having very you can say more value. Then B class monthly and C class quarterly, no problem. Then procured from multiple resources. It is not the case that class A only one vendor is fixed. So the company will try to have who is giving with somewhat more quality and somewhat appropriate and marginal prices, etc. Two or more reliable sources for B class, and C class two reliable sources for each item. There are various items and various categories for C class. Continuous effort to reduce the lead time. For A class, for example, any of these you can say engine, some castings are required. So every time reduce to lead time from where we are giving the order and what is the time required by him, how he can give early so that lead time can be reduced. So continuous efforts are required. B class moderate efforts. C class minimum efforts. As we are giving order, we are getting the order in time. So this is about A, B, C analysis. What is the safety stock, friends? We have already discussed the additional stock of material to be maintained in order to meet the unanticipated increase in the demand arising out of uncontrollable factors. So we have assumed that 100 demand will be there per month, but you come to know today that there will be demand of 150. So we should have some stock of material. So it is not only the raw material, tooling, etc., etc., whatever we have discussed. So it is the stock maintained in order to tackle the demand raised by the uncontrollable factors or unanticipated increase in the demand. That stock is nothing but the safety stock. It is utilized in these circumstances. With these, friends, we conclude this chapter.